What's up? It's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son, it's your kinfolk, Will Henry with God's Will Fitness. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope y'all enjoying this channel. I hope y'all enjoying the vlogs, the free workouts, and just the motivational messages. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and let's continue to grow this channel, and let's just keep it moving, right? And I want to thank y'all for y'all time. I want to thank y'all for giving me your attention, because you didn't have to, but you decided to. And so I'm always appreciative of any support I receive from the people. I feel like I don't got fans, I got fam, I got family. So everybody that's in this community, everybody that's, you know, joined in this fight with me, I feel like y'all family. I feel like we related. That's why I call myself your kinfolk, you know, because whether I be somebody older you look up to, whether I be somebody younger that you're proud of, you know, I'm a part of your family. So I hope y'all can use this guidance, right? Because that's all I really want to provide, just some motivational tools while you're in the gym, while you're lifting weights, while you're on your fitness journey, because the journey is tough. The journey is a long road. It's the road that's traveling. We all need some type of fuel, some type of motivation to get going. And sometimes we use our pain. I feel like I recycle my pain. I feel like pain is my provider, right? When I need the inspiration to boost my aspirations, when I need something to ignite that flame within me that's starting to dwindle down, when I need something to lift me up, when I'm getting down on myself, when I need that extra boost, that turbo to pick up the speed, pick up the pace, I gotta go back to the pain. I gotta go back to the memories. I gotta go back to the moments in life where I was hurt. I gotta go back to the moments in life where I was depressed. I gotta go back to the moments in life where I was embarrassed, where I was talked about, I was mistreated, I was looked down upon. I gotta go back to the moments in life that propelled me to get to where I'm at right now. Whatever that motivation was, whatever that inspiration was, whatever it was, I gotta be able to reuse it. And I gotta reuse it to help restore the balance, right? You get too confident, you get too arrogant, you get too cocky about what's going on in your life right now. When you start to achieve things, you get too full of yourself, and I'm a victim of it as well. When you still gotta be in drive mode, you still gotta be in push mode, you still gotta be going forward instead of being complacent, instead of being content with where you're at. You still gotta keep going onward, and I'm a victim of sometimes letting my success get in the best of myself. And that's what slows down progress, right? When you reward yourself too much. They say you only need to celebrate a win for that day only. Then the next moment, you got to get back in grind mode. You got to get back in shape. You got to get back to the courts. You got to get back to the field and start to put in work. You got to get back to the film room and studying and analyzing what you need to do, your game plan, your strategy. You can't win and then just celebrate too long. You can't bask in your glory for too long. You can't be smelling yourself for too long, because eventually your shit gonna stink, right? So you gotta recycle that pain, right? You gotta go back to the losses. A lot of people don't learn when they win. A lot of people learn when they lose, right? It's hard to point out your mistakes when you win, because even though you made them, you still was able to cross that finish line with a victory. But when you lose, right? When you fall short of your goals, right? When you don't reach that mark, when you don't uphold that standard, right? Now you got something to pull from. Now you got something to strive for. Now you got something that can propel you into victory, that can propel you into success, right? Because when you practicing, when you going through the motions, when you lifting weights, when you on the cardio, when you're eating, preparing your meals, you got something on your mind, right? Those dresses, those jeans, those shirts that you couldn't fit, that's on your mind. That people that talked about you body shamed you. That doctor that said you got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, that's on your mind. When you gotta have that pain, you gotta be able to compartmentalize it. You gotta be able to compartmentalize your pain. You can't dwell on your pain. You can't live in your past, right? You just need to extract those moments. You just need to extract those memories, but you don't need to let it surround you. You don't need to let it confine you, right? We only using it for our benefit. We only using it for our good. We're not using it to put us back in a depressed state. We're not using it to put us back, in reversal. We're just using it so we can extract that feeling, that emotion that gave us that mentality to succeed. And don't be afraid of pain, right? Don't be afraid to go through it. Don't be afraid to endure the failure. Don't be afraid to endure the fall, right? As long as you get back up, as long as you stand back on your feet, as long as you are planted 10 toes down, right? Don't be afraid to touch that oven when it's too hot. It's gonna teach you a lesson. Don't be afraid to go back to the stove. Don't be afraid to cook again. But you just gotta know how to maneuver around it. You just gotta know how to utilize it to its ability, right? If you in a bad relationship, if you break up because somebody did you wrong, don't use that as an excuse not to love again. Don't use that as an excuse not to trust anybody again. Use it to recognize the red flags. Use it to make better choices, right? When you make mistakes in life, when you go down this wrong path, don't be afraid to travel. Don't be afraid to go a further distance. Just know the directions you need to go. Just know your GPS needs to operate at a certain frequency, right? Don't be afraid of pain. Don't be afraid of lifting weights. Don't be afraid of building muscle, right? Just know that whatever your goal is, you have to construct your workout plan based on that, right? Don't be afraid to do cardio. Don't be afraid to run. Just know that if you're trying to gain weight, you might need to limit that, right? But you still need to work on that cardio to build your cardiovascular endurance. Don't be afraid of the pain. Don't be afraid of your mistakes. Don't be afraid of your shortcomings. Don't fear that, right? But use it, utilize it, take it in as a lesson. That's what we do. But they say a loss is not a loss is a lesson. Pain is a lesson. Pain is a provider. Pain is a teacher. It's the professor that's giving you the lecture. It's telling you, no, we can't do that, because if you do, you know what the results are going to be. Pain is telling you that club, though, that bar, those shots, that might not be the right decision, because on Monday you gonna be feeling it. The next day when you have to work with your trainer, you gonna be feeling it, right? That's the pain, right? That's the motive. That's the entire purpose of going through pain, as long as you learn from it. But don't be a pain freak, right? Don't be a masochist. Don't be somebody that's self-inflicting pain upon yourself, because you never get better. You're always licking your wounds. You're always in recovery mode. You're always in rebuild mode. Sometimes you need to be able to construct that buildings. Sometimes you need to be able to follow that blueprint. You don't need to keep turning it down. You don't need to keep self-sabotaging yourself. You don't need to keep on deconstructing what you've built. You don't need to demolish that temple. You don't need to demolish your peace. You don't need to demolish your success to get more success. You just need to work on your flaws. You just need to work on the things that held you back. You just need to work on the pain that you were taught. So pain is my provider, right? Pain is the reason I get up in the morning, because I've been broke before. Pain is the reason why I conduct myself with certain behavior, right? Because I know the adverse effects. I know when you talk a certain way, you can lose business. I know when you act a certain way, you can lose business. I know if you put yourself on a pedestal, it could hurt you in the long run, because now you're not willing to grow. Now you're not willing to learn. I know what that arrogance can do. I've seen the proof in other people. Now I'm wise enough to recognize the pain from others. Don't just let the pain happen to yourself. Be absorbent of your surroundings. Be aware of what's going on around you. Like, I know what happened to these old heads. I know what happened to my youngins, my friends. I know what happened to these women that ignored the pain, that ignored the signs, that didn't see the red flags. I know what happened, right? I know the stories. I know your experiences. So why can't I learn from that too? I should be able to learn from that too. I don't have to go through it to know it. I just need to be able to witness it. I just need to be able to recognize it. And myself, I won't become the victim, right? If I see somebody that's trying to get in shape, but they leaving the gym going straight to the donut factory and they're not seeing results, I know better, because I see the results. I see what they can do. Right? If somebody's lifting too heavy and they injure themselves, I know better now, because I know what it can do. Like, why would I try to repeat the same mistakes I seen somebody else make? I've gotten wiser. I've gotten smarter now because of the pain I've endured, because of the pain others endured for me to learn, because of what my ancestors went through, right? I had to learn. Because of what my mama had to go through, I had to learn. My daddy, my granny, my grandpa. Because of what my older brother had to go through, I had to learn. Right? But we not paying attention to our old heads. We not even listening to them. We not taking their advice. Right? And if you're not listening, if you're looking, if you're following their actions, then learn something from their actions at least. If they're not going to tell you the truth, if they're not going to be honest with you, if they're not going to let you into their business, at least look at the responses, look at the reactions, look at the results appropriately, then act accordingly, right? Pain has to be your provider, right? I remember looking in the mirror at myself and not fully confident. I remember looking in the mirror at myself and I wasn't pleased with my results. I remember. I think about it all the time. I think about it every day I'm in the weight room. I think about it vigorously when I get lazy, when I feel like I don't want to. I remember that pain. I remember that discomfort. I remember that agony, like why I could not get in shape like I wanted to. Why I could not get my six pack. Why I could not get stronger, why I could not do what they're doing. I remember feeling a certain type of way, and that way produced the wave that made me roll over, made me get up, and made me go get it. That wave made me surf, made me ride on top of the water instead of barely keeping my head above the water. That wave produced a new me, you know. So recycle your pain. Let your pain provide for you. Let that pain provide. I know we don't want to go through it right now, but it's going to produce something that we can utilize. It's going to produce some type of fruit that'll be sweet, like victory. It's going to produce what we need to continue to keep going. Once we see the fruits of our labors, how can you not labor again? How can you not go back and harvest those plants? How can you not go back and harvest those grains? How can you not go back to the field and plant those seeds, right? So let your pain provide. Don't provide pain. God's will, fitness, how?